Beige Couture.
Hi viewers, you're welcome to my channel by Couture. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you guys how to draft a bell sleeve. In today's tutorial, the tools I'll be using is I have my tailor chalk, my scissors, measuring tape, and my pin. Then the measurement parameter that I need is the length of my sleeve. The length of my sleeve is where I want my bell sleeve to stop. But before then, I'll be using this formula. The formula I'll be using to draft this bell sleeve will be my sleeve round plus sewing allowance divided by 3.14. I want you to know that 3.14 is constant. Is pi. Pi is 22/7, which is 3.14, and it's constant. So I'll be finding the radius, and my radius, for me to find my radius, I'll measure what? My sleeve round. When you measure your sleeve round, depending on where you want your bell sleeve to start from. If you want your bell sleeve to start from 10 cm from your bicep, you measure your bicep round. When you measure your bicep round, you add what? Sewing allowance. If you want it to start from your elbow, what you will do is you measure your what? Elbow round. That's your elbow round is your what? Sleeve round. So I will be, in this course of this tutorial, I want my sleeve to start from what? 8 inches. 8 inches, which is what? My bicep. And from that 8 inches, what I'll do, I'll measure my what? Sleeve round plus my sewing allowance divided by 3.14. So what is my sleeve round? My sleeve round is 13 inches. So I'll be doing 13 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance. Depending on your choice, you might make your sewing allowance 1.5, but in the course of this tutorial, my sewing allowance is going to be 1 inches. So for me to get my radius, my sleeve round, which is 13 inches, plus my sewing allowance, which is 1 inches, divided by 3.14. 13 plus 1, you will get 14. 14 divided by 3.14, you will have 4.46. I will approximate it to 4.5. So in order for me to measure out my sleeve length, is where I want the bell sleeve to stop. The length of the bell sleeve is 7 inches. So what I will do is 7 inches plus 7.5 will give me 11.5. 11.5, I will approximate it to 12. So to get my block, I will be measuring 12 inches on both sides. I'll use my measuring tape. And remember, in cutting your half flay, you fold your fabric into 2. You fold your fabric into 2. My fabric has been folded into 2. This is the way I folded it into 2. So for the 2 sleeves, I have 2 pieces of fabric. This one and this one. One for the right hand and the other one for the left hand. So I'll put it together. I'll use my pin to hold it. When I hold it with my pin, then I'll measure I'm to measure 12 inches on both sides. You mark your 12 inches. Mark your 12 inches. Then likewise here, I'll come here, I'll mark 12 inches. So 12 inches. I've marked 12 inches. Then I will use my ruler to draw it. So in this box right now, what I have here is what? 12 inches on both sides. It's like I'll make a square. 12 inches, 12 inches, 12 inches. 12 inches. Remember, the length of my sleeve is what? 12. So as I've marked the 12 inches, I'll come down. I'll measure what? I'll measure it round. I'll measure what? 12 inches what? Round. So I'll start from here. I'll start measuring. I've marked 12 inches here. I'll come here. I'll do the same thing. I'll mark 12 inches. You have to measure it round. I'll come here again. I'll mark 12 inches. You take each round. I'll come here again. I'll mark what? 12 inches. I'll come here and I'll mark what? I'll come here and I'll mark what? 12 what? Inches till I get to the end. Then after marking it, you connect it. You connect it like so. As if you're drawing a what? A circle. So this is it. You connect it very well. Let me draw it again so that it will be visible. As if you're drawing a what? A circle. When you connect it, this is the sleeve length. And remember, our radius is what? 4.5. I will now, you have to measure out what? Your radius, which is 4.5. I'll mark 4.5. I'll come here, I'll mark 4.5. I'll mark it in a circular form too. 4.5. 4.5. I need to add sewing allowance. You know, in cutting, when you want to add sewing allowance, you go down. That is maybe you're adding. You add maybe ½ inch. If it's 4.5, you add ½ inch to make it 5. But when cutting a circular flay, if you want to add sewing allowance to the radius, you remove. That you're removing means you're going up. Maybe you come up by ½ inch. Now the radius is 4.5. So for me to put sewing allowance, I will come up by ½ inch and mark 4. When I mark 4 and when I open my sleeve, when I now use the ½ inch to stitch my sewing allowance, it will be exactly 4.5. So here I'll have to do what? Mark 4. For instance, if you're making your own, if you're excuse me, if your sleeve, your radius is 5, to mark the sewing allowance, you come up by ½ inch. When you come up by ½ inch, it will be 4.5, but in the course of this tutorial, the radius is 4.5, so I'll come up by ½ inch. When I come up by ½ inch, it will be 4, so I'll mark 4. I'll mark 4 inch. I'll mark 4 inches. So I've marked 4 inches like so. I'll now still draw it in a what? Circular form. Remember, if you're marking on your fabric, you don't mark on the right side, okay? You have to look out for the wrong side. You fold on the wrong side and you mark on the wrong side of the fabric. So this is it. Then what I will do now is I'll cut it out. I'll still follow the same form. I'll cut it out in a circular form. What you're cutting out, you have to cut out what? The radius. Then you now cut out the sleeve, your bell sleeve length. It's as easy as A, B, C, D. You still do the same in a circular form. So guys, this is my bell sleeve. This is it. You can see the outcome. This is my bell sleeve. So what I'll do is I will now attach it to my sleeve. I will attach it. This is my bell sleeve. This is it. This is it. This is it. So I will now go and attach it to my what? To my basic sleeve. I'll attach it to my basic sleeve. And when I attach it, this is what the outcome. Let me hold it with pin to show you how it looks by the time you attach it. So guys, this is what it looks like. So this is what it looks like, guys. By the time you attach it, this is what it looks like. Something up like this. So this is it. I seen it. This is how it will look when you attach it to your what? Basic sleeve. This is how it will look. So this is it. So this is how it looks. So this is it, guys. Here comes the end of the tutorial for this lesson. So this is our outcome. This is for the right and this is for the left. Thanks for watching and God bless you wherever you are, all over the world. Please, if you like my video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Bye.